Hello all you beautiful peoples. Start my timer. So we're going back. Oh, before I start this video, I just wanted to let you guys know, Elaine 0007 and Magica Dispel 56, I went to the post office today and there were no old ladies standing in line, so I sent out your parcels for your contest prizes, and you should receive them shortly. Elaine is in Canada, so she's going to get her parcel in 2 days, and Magica, you will apparently get your parcel in first thing next week, Monday or Tuesday, something like that. That's what the guy guaranteed me. So you guys let me know if you didn't get those parcels so I can go, yeah, whatever. I won't tell you what I do. I've done a couple of fits that I threw today. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 videos today, and I think we're going back into fitness, dieting and stuff, because I've been getting many questions. And today's video I'm going to do what's the difference between lean and skinny, and what is the difference between weight loss and fat loss. Okay, I want you guys to think about something. I'm going to talk about fat people, okay? And people, it is not because I am trying to offend anybody that I'm talking about fat people, but because I've been there, I can talk about it with authority. You can say a nice word. You can use the word big. You can use the word overweight. But the main thing is we're discussing fat. So I am going to say fat. So please don't be offended by any means, people. I am trying to help everybody out there, okay? So when I talk about fat people, it's not because I am trying to be mean by any means. So you guys know me. I am out here and I am putting all of these things out to help people, okay? So please don't be offended. Just listen to the whole video, and then you guys can decide, you know, or recognize the fact that I'm not being mean to anybody. The whole idea behind me starting this channel is to teach people things, teach people about weight loss, you know, fat loss, weight gain, dieting, training, exercise, all of those things. Now the 2 things, this first video I'm going to basically discuss the differences between lean and skinny, and I want to show you guys something, okay? You can be fat and you can be this huge big. You can also be this yay thin and be fat. I'm going to tell you guys what I mean. First things, looking at a model. Everybody's going to think I am completely out of my mind right now, but as I'm going on with the videos, people will start understanding what I'm talking about, okay? So, why do you think a model, now I'm talking about real models, I'm not talking about models that does Sears clothing, and I mean they're real models too, but you know what I'm talking about is people that actually become famous, or people that actually make it in the modeling world. Why do you think models have such a short lifespan? I mean, most models, you know, they have all these models in the magazines and whatnot, and those girls are 14 and 16 years old. By the time they reach about 24, they're ready to retire. Why is that? It's not only facial features and the fact that you know, start getting your little smile lines or anything like that. People, models, you know what they look like. They all look like, you look at the model shows and the Armani shows and all these fancy people that put those clothing out there that nobody can wear on the street anyways, but it is beautiful. The models that you see look like, to me anyways, and to a lot of people who actually knows anything about body composition, they look anorexic. They really do. You see bones sticking out everywhere, and you see these jiggly little bums going, you know, as they're walking in their underwears. Why is that happening? These girls are so young, and they're so, what we refer to as skinny. Which seem to be the ultimate goal that people want to reach, is skinniness. I'm going to tell you why. Because these people are fat. That's what they are. They are skinny fat, in fact. You can be a big person and be fat, and you can diet down. Now, this is where weight loss and fat loss comes in. If you diet and train the wrong way, and you want to change from being a fat person or an overweight person or a a big person to get to a small person. If you diet the wrong way and if you train the wrong way, you will become skinny. In other words, a smaller version of your fat self. If you looked at my previous videos, I explained to you guys about being born with 100 fat cells, blah, blah, blah. You guys have to check back to that video before you come to this one, because it will explain it a little bit better. But if you diet the wrong way, say you have 400 fat cells, what you're basically doing is you're losing a ton of muscle in the process of weight loss. Okay, so you do not want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. If you lose fat, you have muscle definition left over, and you the fat cells actually die off. Now, if you look like a model, which by the way, when you are young, these girls that are so skinny and so tiny have the little bone structure and then minute amounts of muscle, minute, if any, little bits of muscle they have covering their bone structure, and on top of that they have a ton of fat. They just eat very little food. They always tell you that they don't, and they have fast metabolisms, which is nonsense, by the way. They don't eat as much as they tell you. They eat tiny little portions of food, which is not enough to sustain the muscle mass they have. Now, the reason for them looking ideal in pictures and whatnot is because most of the pictures gets photoshopped. They all have cellulite, you just don't see it. Why don't you see it? When girls are young, they have extremely firm skin. Now, because the skin is firm, it basically wraps around like a spandex clothing. You know how you wear the spandex and it kind of tucks everything in when you want to wear a tight-fitting denim or dress or something like that? Well, the skin works the same way. Between the ages of 16 to 20, or, you know, from 0, say from when you're born till you're 20 years old, the firmness of your skin basically holds the fat together, that so it looks tight. Okay, they still are fat. Not just big people are fat, skinny people are fat too. Depending on the amount of fat and muscle that you have, those girls are fat, believe it or not. So, okay, so where do we go from here? What is the look that you want to have? Because here's the problem, girls. When you get a little bit older and you are big and you want to go from big to small, okay, you can do that by either losing 50% muscle and 50% fat, in which case you will basically be skinny fat. And because you are not young, or even if you are young and you already have stretched out your skin to, say, yay, bigger size, now you have to shrink all of that back. Now your skin is not going to shrink back over top of your fat. So if you shrink back without losing any fat cells, in other words, you're losing 50% muscle, maybe 50% fat, you're going to be jiggling all over the place, because your skin is stretched out. It is not firmly tucked around the amount of fat that is covering the muscle. So now we're going to go, I guess, look at that. I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is just not enough time. I think I'm going to divide this into two to explain a little bit more about dieting and people, this is going to take me a long time to explain everything to you, but I'm going to try. But know this, if you diet and exercise the wrong way, whether you're young and big or whether you are older and bigger and you shrink down, your skin have been stretched out like a balloon, and it is not tight enough to keep the fat together. So if you do not get rid of the fat cells and have muscle underneath of that, you will have cellulite, which is fat. Everybody thinks cellulite is toxins, or cellulite girls are fat. And the only way to get rid of fat is to basically shrink the fat layer under your skin and get your skin to cover muscle. That's the only way you're not going to have fat or jigglies or cellulite. Okay, this is video number 1. Have a lovely day. I am going to stop this video and go directly on to the next video, and we will cover some more of this. I hope you guys found this helpful. It's a very hard subject to discuss. And I'm going to break it down a little bit more, and I'm going to just kind of use this as an introduction to fat loss and weight loss. So, having said that, Love all of you guys, and thank you again to all my new subscribers. I am now at 91 subscribers, and I am extremely happy about that. So love you all, and thanks for subscribing. Have a good night, girls. Bye.